Hello, welcome. It is the Nisha Jackson Show. I'm Rusty Humphries. She's Nisha Jackson. Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and the notification so you know when the next show is released. Hit that website, nishajackson.com. This is a big one. Last week, you let everybody hanging.
It's, Valentine's time, it's that time where lovers want to maybe really focus on the relationship and focus on, making their relationship better. So what better topic to talk about but sex?
Okay, I'm in. So we were talking about things before that made it difficult, hormone imbalances, things like that kind of throw off the sex drive and the sex balance.
That's right.
So what are we talking about today?
Today I want to talk about why sex is important. Why is it important for your health? We talked last time about what drives a low sex drive and what happens that kills a sex drive, whether it be how you feel about yourself, the foods that you're eating, your hormone levels, what kind of hormones can be imbalanced that can lead to a low sex drive. So we went through all of that last time, but this time I want to talk about what are some of the health benefits that you get overall with good sex, and also what you can do to make your sex drive better.
Okay.
So I'll quit beating around the bush. The number one most important thing is you live longer if you have regular good sex.
Come on.
No, I'm not kidding. You live longer. You can improve your lifespan by just having good sex.
Hugh Hefner made it pretty long. There's one proof of the pudding.
Yes, so sex is not only good for your mood, it's not only good for your psyche, it's not only good for really everything else, it really helps you live longer.
Why?
Well, there's a lot of reasons, and I'm going to get to them in a minute, but improving your sensation of calmness, improving your mood, improving your physical activity, because there is physical activity involved here, right? Improving your outlook, improving how you feel about yourself. These are all the things that happen when you have good sex. Those people live longer. It reduces inflammation in your body. It releases a hormone called oxytocin, which makes you more lovely. It makes you feel more lovely. It makes you feel more connected to your partner.
Nice.
So why wouldn't we want all of those things? I mean, if you think about it, it reduces anxiety. It creates a sensation of, like I said, calmness. It lifts up the mood. People find, especially women find, that they like themselves more when they have regular good sex.
Interesting.
Now, I'm not talking about going out and just getting crazy with sex. I'm talking about having a good sexual relationship, because that's really where most of the health benefits come from. So, and we know that orgasms, I'll just come out and say the word, orgasms release many hormones that help you live longer. We know that good hormones are manufactured when women have orgasms, and men, not just women, but we know that it makes them happier and healthier and gets their chemistry just right. So people who say to me, women who say to me, and I hear this all the time, women say to me, I don't really care if I ever have sex again. It just drives me nuts. It's just a waste of time. It's too much energy. I'm exhausted when I come home at night. And it's just one more thing that we have to do as women. And I feel so sad for women who say that, because it could be so great. So this protective benefit that you get by having an orgasm, it protects your heart, it protects your brain, it protects your psyche. The list just goes on and on and on. And this is not just something that's been looked at a little bit, it's been looked at a lot.
Why is it not being discussed very much? Is it just that sex is a taboo subject to talk about it? What do you think?
I don't know.
From a medical point of view.
I don't know. I think medical providers often are not educated in this area.
Okay.
Maybe they all should go get my book, Brilliant Burnout, and turn to chapter 8, because I list all the health benefits in this chapter about why sex is so good for women. And it even reduces the risk of breast cancer.
Really?
So not only can you lose weight, have control over your cravings, have a reduced appetite, feel better about yourself, live longer, you can actually have a reduced incidence of breast cancer.
I had no idea.
These are a lot of benefits,
Yeah,
all right? There's a lot of things going on here. So I want to talk about also the important things that you can do that would improve your sex drive. So the most obvious one that we talked about in the last show is to go have your hormones tested. And it's not just, am I in menopause hormone? And I hear this from women all the time. Oh no, my doctor checked my hormones. I'm not in menopause. It's not that testing. Okay? That's called an FSH. This is your full hormone test. So it looks at estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, your full thyroid panel, and it looks at all of your stress chemicals, the hormone chemicals. So getting all of those balanced are really important. Again, if you're confused about what this means, you don't know what I'm talking about, this show is not about testing your hormones. It's about sex related to low hormones. So go buy my book. It's called Brilliant Burnout. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on my website. But get the book and read the chapter on hormones and read the chapter on thyroid and read the chapter on sex. Just 3 chapters. You don't even have to read the rest of the book. But read those chapters because it'll tell you what you should be tested for.
You mentioned menopause. You know, a lot of women at that point, done.
Exactly.
And that's not what you're saying here, right?
Yes. I'm even concerned about women in their 70s not having a sex drive. So you should be able to enjoy sex your whole life. So, so besides getting your hormones tested, there are some foods that you can eat that actually increase your sex drive. So this would be beyond balancing your hormones, avocados. Because guess where your hormones are, what your hormones are made from?
So avocados be fat.
Fat, good fat. No, they're not made from avocados, but they're made from good fat. So you have to have good fat in your diet in order to make hormones that keep you stable. So we know that figs are a very important source of iron, magnesium, and zinc. And all of those things are very important for optimizing your sex hormones. Oysters, which I cannot get on.
I was going to ask you about
I can't deal with oysters, but oysters are very much loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, and that is also important for improving your sex hormones. Chocolate, need I say more?
That's it.
I'm capitalizing on chocolate. Having just 1 ounce of dark chocolate, especially in the late afternoon or evening, can actually improve your interest in having sex. Stopping smoking, obviously improving circulation is very important for optimal sex drive. If you're having a difficult time with sexual functioning, meaning maybe you're having an inability to achieve an orgasm, especially for a woman, this is also true for men. I recommend a product that we have on our website called Stamina. It's exactly what it says it is. It improves the circulation to the pelvic organs, but it also improves the circulation to the heart. So it's good for your heart. I like to use it before I go work out, but it really is good for improving the sexual functioning. So men and women who are having a hard time with the functioning part of sex, that's just things aren't working right, get on this Stamina product. It's great for your blood pressure, it's great for your heart, but it does improve the functioning of sex.
Go to onepeakmedical.com or nishajackson.com to find out where you can get that product. So it is a great product.
Yeah, it's a great product. Getting on the cardio train. This is so true for men and women. If you have gained a lot of weight, it reduces the circulation to your pelvis. If you have less circulation down there to your pelvis, you are going to have a problem being able to perform. So just doing more cardio increases the circulation and also helps you lose weight. So cardio, 30 to 40 minutes a day, is very important for not only erectile dysfunction for men. I'm not pointing to you. Erectile dysfunction, I'm just using my hands. Erectile dysfunction for men, but it also is really important for women. So if you've noticed that your drive is not as good, or your functioning is not as good, or you're having it's taking longer than you think that it should, increasing your cardio can make a real big difference.
Let me ask you something. Wouldn't just be doing it be the cardio? Is that not enough?
Yes, or just having sex. But I'm just saying that sometimes
I don't have to, do you have to run the treadmill, or can you just say, I got my 30 minutes in?
Yeah, you could do 30 minutes of sex. That could be your cardio, but I would recommend maybe doing both because they're both beneficial.
Okay, just asking.
Exercising the sex muscle. So the Kegel exercises, where you're tightening up inside like you're trying to stop urination. That's a Kegel exercise for women. So you pee, You stop pee, that muscle that you use to stop peeing is the muscle that I'm talking about. That's a Kegel exercise. If you would do 10 to 40 of those a day where you clench that muscle, hold it for the count of 10 and then release it, you would have better sexual functioning, and it would get you a little bit more aware of your sexual organs, right?
Okay.
This is true for men too. Men have a reduced incidence of erectile dysfunction if they tighten up the same muscle. So it's a Kegel exercise for men. You probably never heard of this, did you?
I never heard of this.
Okay, tightening up even up into the anal area, those are all of the muscles for men, improves the circulation to the pelvis, which then improves performance.
Hit the subscribe button. You don't want to miss any of this good stuff. I had no idea. All right.
Okay, so I mean, I have no problem talking about this. I'd like to just have a sex show where I just talked about sex all the time. Because it's so important for your health. Like, if this can actually help you live longer and be happier, why wouldn't we want to talk about it? This is a normal bodily
We can do more
function.
sex shows. I mean, if you want to be the new Dr. Ruth, I'm all in.
Okay, so I'm going to leave you just with a couple other things that I think are really important.
Do that. I'm squeezing right now, so go ahead. I'm squeezing.
So am I. Thinking about it more often. Like, maybe just get in tune with your partner and start thinking about it. Like, maybe make it a goal that you guys start texting about it or thinking about it or talking about it or communicating about it. You can't get better at something if you don't practice it. And practice also takes communication. So try to be more open. If you don't tell your partner what you like or what you want or what you're trying to get better at, they can't help you. And a lot of times there's this imbalance between partners, and then all of a sudden neither one of them are interested. So just kind of rev it up again, get that fire started and start talking about it. It's really important. For women, this may be the most important tip I can give you today, with the exception of getting your hormones balanced.
Okay.
I want you to get yourself relaxed before you go to bed, because this is the classic thing women do. They work all day, they get all stressed and freaked out about everything. They get resentful that their kids haven't cleaned their room and their husband's sitting on the couch when they get home and the house is a mess, the dinner hasn't been started, and then they got to go home and do their second job, and now they're really wound up and they're exhausted, and they work until they get all the way to bedtime, and then they throw themselves in bed and they're just expecting to have a great sex life. It doesn't work.
No.
It doesn't work, because the problem is you can't get out of your head. So you have to calm yourself down. You have to save at least 1 hour before you go to bed. And okay, make a date with yourself. Just 2 times a week, have good sex, but get yourself calmed down. Go take a bath. Get yourself relaxed. Have a cup of chamomile tea. Sniff some lavender. Whatever you have to do to get yourself relaxed. Tell your kids to go take care of themselves. Go tell your husband to do the dishes or whatever he needs to do. Get yourself in the mood and not in the work mode. Stop working. Stop working. Your work will be there in the morning. Get yourself relaxed. Get yourself ready. And get yourself in the mood. You can't do that by throwing yourself in bed exhausted, because it's just not going to work. If you're using the birth control pill, this is true for women of all ages, obviously, up until menopause. If you're using a form of birth control pill, most likely your testosterone has been compromised. So you probably need to use some kind of a testosterone supplement. If you're using the birth control pill and your testosterone's low, your sex drive's not going to be good. I've always said that's really how the birth control pill works. It just kills your sex drive. So I would recommend that you think about getting on some kind of a treatment plan if you're on the birth control pill, and you can use the two together. And then I just want to leave with just one important thing is, consider treating your body better, women. If you want to have a better sex drive, if you want to have a better sexual functioning, you have to treat your body better. Get your sleep. You can't have a good sex life if you're exhausted. You have to start sleeping better. If you have a sleep problem, go get my book. I tell you how to sleep better in my book.
What's the name of that book again?
Brilliant Burnout. Get my book. Start sleeping better. Start taking care of your body. Feed yourself good foods. Like your body more. Like how you look more. Like how you treat yourself better. because all of these things work together. Getting a good sex drive is about a lot of different things, not just your relationship and how you communicate, but it's really how you take care of yourself. And just remember, there's so many benefits that come out of this, and you're worth it. You're worth it to make it better.
You are worth it, and great advice as always. Please subscribe to the show so you can, and this is a great one to send to your friends. Really, this one and the last one, ladies, this is really something that you can help change you and your friends' lives with something like this. It's that important.
Yes.
So please share these two videos and subscribe. And also, would you please go to nishajackson.com? NishaJackson.com is up there above, or onepeakmedical.com. If your hormones are off, if you're not quite sure why you're not in the mood as often, go to One Peak Medical and get your hormones tested.
Yes.
And find out what you can do. And also the book Brilliant Burnout,
yes,
which is available at all bookstores, at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and all those places.
Yes, and a great gift, you men out there, for your female partners. A great gift you could give them is my book and a gift certificate for a massage, because massage is great for women for relaxation and for good sex.
I like it a lot.
It's a great combo.
It is a great combo. All right. Hey, we appreciate you, and thank you so much. Again, we'll go to NishaJackson.com, and we'll catch you next time. I'm Rusty Humphries with Nisha Jackson, and this is The Nisha Jackson Show.